The UN says hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians are on the move trying to get to safety, in many cases forced to leave everything behind. Americans like this teacher here we first met last night are also caught in the crosshairs of war. ABC's chief national correspondent Matt Gutman reports from the Ukraine-Polish border tonight.
Tonight, those refugees are pressed against the checkpoints in Slovakia and pouring into Polish train stations. Hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians turned refugees are now on the move. They've been forced to leave behind almost everything they know, fleeing a war they did not ask for and a conflict they want no part of.
It's probably better to leave than stay in Kyiv just in case.
Among the displaced, inching their way to Poland and to safety, was American Juan Tek and his wife, Ilyana.
There was an explosion right over there.
So how much further?
Crime caught up with him last night as his family was making their way north.
We stopped to get gas, even though we have like 300 kilometers to go.
The hours ticked by, their son Leon bouncing in the back.
And I want to say I want to come back, but I don't know if we're going to come back. We're starting a life here, home. But now we're running.
Juan can leave because he's American. The conflict not only forcing many Ukrainian families into exile, it's also splitting them apart. Ukrainian men 18 to 60 are banned from leaving, authorities holding them back to fight. So it's the women who push forward alone. We met Anna at another border crossing. Her husband was turned back right at the border after 40 hours on the road.
So he had to leave the car and the family and go back? What was that like?
It was awful.
Thousands arriving at this Polish train station. Polish troops ladling soup and serving hot drinks. Every available space crammed with sleeping refugees on those cots, mothers curled up against infants in loud hallways. The vacant stares of the exhausted, the defeated weeping of the grandmothers abandoning the world they know, perhaps for the last time. Exile needs no translation. Imagine leaving your home and everything you own with a pair of carry-on bags. And yet they are the lucky ones. Gunshots heard from a packed train platform in Kyiv. The screams of children piercing the air as families try to get out. A journalist who recorded this video says underground metro stations are filled to the brim with civilians. So many here and across Ukraine unsure where they'll go next. Back at that train station's arrival hall, we found Julia, standing alone. She left her mother behind. What lay ahead, uncertain.
Oh my God, I cried a lot.
Did you? You cried when you crossed in?
Yeah, I was forced to quit my country, and I didn't want it. It's like, if I want to cross my country, it should be my decision to quit my country, not that I have to.
But tonight, there is also relief. Juan Tek and his family did finally make it through after 30 hours of travel.
I had an idea it was going to be long, but not this long.
Exhausted, but still hopeful they'll be able to return to Ukraine one day.
It was hard to realize that it happened, that somebody actually is going to bomb us in modern world. Part of me will always believe that everything's going to be normal back again, you know, that Kyiv is going to be back normal. I do hope that the apartment where we were staying is going to be whole and nothing going to happen to it, and like that people will be able to come back home eventually. Maybe after some time, but I do hope so.
And Matt Gutman joins us now from that train station in Poland. Matt, I can see it is still very busy there, and we are so happy to see Juan made it out. As you mentioned, though, he's one of the lucky ones. Talk to us more about what you've seen and heard firsthand as this humanitarian crisis unfolds right before your eyes.
You're watching that unfold, Stephanie. I mean, that's a family, and it's after 1 o'clock in the morning here. They're still filing past. They're dealing with everything that's got to be dealt with when you become a refugee after becoming a normal citizen of a peaceful country. And we're watching that humanitarian disaster unfold. This is a small train station in a relatively moderately sized Polish town. It is now handling 10,000 Ukrainian refugees a day. I mean, it's incredible what it looks like now versus what it looked like when we first got here a couple days ago. The UN is saying, as you mentioned, hundreds of thousands already on the move in Ukraine. It's going to demand a massive humanitarian response. You're seeing some of it behind me. This was catering that was brought out from we don't know where. There are all sorts of humanitarian groups that have helped. But the UN is saying that just the UNHCR, the UN Human Rights Commission's work is going to cost $1 billion just over the first 3 months. Stephanie.
And Matt, as you said, thousands of people making it through that train station there. And we see so many of those kids with their little backpacks and their luggage and their stuffed animal. I mean, tell us how are they looking? How are they handling this? Those kids that are making it through there with their families.
I mean, you're a mom, Stephanie. You know this. You know, you take your kid on a long trip when you're going someplace fun and it's hard. Can you imagine this? I mean, I'm still struggling to wrap my head around it. And you and I have communicated offline about this. It's really a struggle. They're leaving everything. They're leaving their routines, their homes, their families, their communities for something that is unknown in a new country where they don't speak the language. It is incredibly hard. These are mostly middle-class people you're seeing. This is not a climate crisis, displaced person issue. This is caused by an invasion into an otherwise peaceful country. And these people are shell-shocked as they're arriving here, Stephanie.
Such a difficult situation, and we can see some families trying to bring their pets as well. We just saw one man walk right by you with his dog.
You got to bring what's most important, right? Documents,
Exactly.
children, and pets.
Exactly. Matt Gutman, thank you so much. Matt Gutman there for us at the Polish-Ukraine border. Matt, thank you. Be safe.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.